Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're not new here, my name is Tsuyoshi. And yeah, it's definitely been a little while since I last recorded or even put out a video, but this video is kind of here to talk about that because the whole reason I stopped doing Sims content for a little while was because I stopped playing The Sims. Now, I did touch a little bit on my Twitter about, Burnout and about how I tried to do a challenge to, satiate those needs, but it didn't quite help like how I thought. And I'm very aware that in the Sims community, Sims burnout, or just burnout in general, especially for content creators or people who create storylines and put them on Twitter, it's a very big issue that stops hundreds, if not thousands, of the Twitter, at least demographic of Sims players from, not touching the game for months on end. So this video is essentially an intro to a little thing I'm going to be doing, which is going to be trying to reignite my love for The Sims again. Now, I did this recently, only a few months ago, around the time I started my YouTube channel here. And my plan for this series is just to redo what made me love The Sims and to fight my burnout. So for this, because I personally enjoy legacy challenges and a lot of creative sim stuff, I'm heavily going to focus on that while also trying to still incorporate some new stuff that might bring a new spark to the game that I didn't see before. So this video is going to be an intro to my plans, talking about the basic storyline that I've developed, and showing you just the CAS footage. As you can see, I do have a general idea of what I'm looking for in my sim because I have some idea in my head almost every time I enter CAS. I will find that if I don't have a set concrete idea that I'm looking to achieve and more of just a general idea, I do have the best results when going into CAS. So I just had a general idea of the type of character and I was going to flesh her out as I slowly went. As you could see, I went through a lot of changes and swap outs and I wasn't sure, and then some CAS objects were not, working well together. I did know that I did want her to have a few tattoos, but I didn't want them to be too heavy on one side or just overall clutter her body too much. So you'll see I'll go through a bunch of stuff just to see what they give for the overall shape, and then from there I'll try and find, the more specific idea that I like. And I wasn't sure what style I wanted her clothes to have either. So I ended up just generally going for this kind of color heavy type of style, not in the sense of where she had a lot of colors, but where she generally did stick to her color palette, because every time I've ever played a legacy, even if I don't get super far, my favorite thing to do is to have each parent from the legacy have their own specific, maybe generation color or legacy color, which will be reflected in their later children. Now, that usually helps me with the longevity of my legacies. So for her, I chose a more green, maybe leaning on her liking the more emerald or softer greens. And I think watching the color, like the green and the black, in her children maybe morphing into their own version, and watching, the two parents' colors change over generations in the legacy would be very interesting, and it's something that I look forward to seeing. Additionally, I did have a general idea for maybe what the main goal of her generation is going to be, and you'll see it's later reflected in her trait choices, but I wanted her to try really hard to make some money to have a good start for the legacy, because although I do enjoy a good rags to riches challenge, I think that when it comes to reigniting my passion and fighting burnout, it's a lot easier to want to continue generations when the next generation doesn't have to worry about having literally 0 simoleons, and it can be a choice I make as it goes. Like maybe the third generation is tired of their parents' wealth and, the generational wealth and everything that comes with it, and the drama and the expectations, and they start fresh. Because at that point, I've reignited a little bit of my love for the game and I'm ready. I also made her have some of my more interesting traits. They're not base game traits or expansion pack traits, but they are custom content traits that I do enjoy playing with, but don't make it always too easy. I wanted her to be on the art heavy side, so maybe it's a little harder to make money, but she's very stoic, so she has a lot of trouble finding love, and I want her to find that person that brings out that other side of her. You know, she's not going to be very emotional, and maybe her partner is, and together they learn to balance that, and it creates a cute storyline for me to go along with. Here we are looking at her with two different reshades. Here is the close-up of the first reshade, the full body of the first reshade, and the close-up of the second reshade. Honestly, I think she's adorable, I love her, and I can't wait to start playing with her. But that's it for today. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, and comment, and tell me what you thought and what you're looking forward to with this series. Do you have anything that helps you with Burnout? Let me know down below.